with the guys who are arrested, the percentage is real high because, you know, a lot of guys aren't built the way they portray themselves to be. And as detectives, you know, not only are we trained, but the better detectives, we have a great way of playing mind games with people. And I'm not saying it to downplay anyone. I'm not saying it to degrade anyone. It's you jump into the game of crime, so then you got to deal with what comes with it. And we play mind games with people. But then you have a lot of the veteran dudes. I'm actually hearing names from hardcore dudes that just sat there and looked at us like, "What's crazy?" You know, they say straight up, "Man, look, man, you wasting your goddamn. You might just go and do something to you, whatever you want to do." I said, when we sit there, we talking about sports, we talking about everything because I know I'm not going to get no information from. So I'm just building a rapport with them in general. So now there's a lot of them guys, you know, 20, 25, 30 years later. They never told anybody they did their time, but we have a great relationship because I treated them with respect. So even though you can't get information, you treat people like they're human, and you know at times they return that favor in a human way.
Yeah. Now, technically, your career spanned 4 decades: 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. What time period was DC at its worst when it came to homicides, violence, and it was just out of control?
The time period of my documentary, beginning of '88 through the end of 1999, when 4,612 people was murdered in the city. That's the most violent era in DC's history.
Yeah, that's a lot of people, man.
Yeah, a lot of people. Not only just people, a lot of police officers. Police officers getting murdered too.
Damn, man. And you know what? I'm 43, so I grew up in the 80s and 90s here in Los Angeles when it was just a war zone, even for a civilian like myself. But, you know, it seems like every city is experiencing a high level of violent crime in the past, you know, this year. It seems like we're going backwards is my opinion. Why do you think it seems like we're going backwards? Because we were doing really good there for a few years. Like crime was at an all-time low, and then just here we go. All of a sudden, it's just going crazy. Why does it feel like we're going backwards?
I think what's happening there is, first of all, it's a different, here in D.C. area, it's a different kind of violence. Years ago, we almost can predict who's going to get it because they were involved in the game, because we knew about the drug beast, we knew about the turf war, we knew about all that. We knew all the information. We damn near can predict the fate of many people. And all the people, the predictions and the fate that we sort of knew was going to happen, it occurred. But none of that involved innocent people. Now what you have is a culture who's younger, they're wilder, the morals and principles of the street codes really don't exist. They're shooting at people from a distance. Years ago, they did everything close up. So a lot of innocent people getting hit. They're wilding out. They get assault weapons and just fire randomly. And people don't understand and realize the how weapons work. The further you're away, your bullet can veer off, and your bullet can veer off and hit somebody that you're pointing at. I mean, you point that you're not pointing at. So there's a lot of things that come with it they don't know about. They're just out there wilding out. So even though the violence is there, the culture is different.